The Singapore Grand Prix was last weekend, and we got a Fernando meltdown, the end of papaya rules.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
And Lando finally grew a pair and had a great race start. Got a bit aggressive on the first few corners, but what's wrong with that? It's just hard racing. But no, this is not another review just saying, oh my god, that's so unfair on Oscar. McLaren's rules make me so angry.
Oscar, back-to-back champions. Good race, tough race. Thank you for...
And while it might have looked like that was the only thing that happened in this race, there was actually a ton of overtakes further down the grid. But instead, we were watching Lando Norris sniff Max Verstappen's arsehole. Let's get to the real story. Fernando Alonso, two-time Formula 1 world champion, world endurance champion, and two-time 24 Hours of Le Mans winner. Pussy magnet, thug motherfucker, but still driving a green bin with a spoiler. He lined up P10 behind Ollie Behrman, and so the lights go out, and Hadjar and Behrman have a little kerfuffle at turn 1. Alonso gets past both of them, but then Hadjar takes the place back at turn 9, so Fernando's back to P9. Then on lap 3, while the main broadcast is still watching nothing happen between Max and Lando at the front, Alonso's steaming up to the back of Isaac Hadjar. They go over the Anderson Bridge. Alonso f***ed it down the inside at turn 13 and takes the position back. That was cold. Criminal. Lock him up. Or maybe put him in a retirement home, whichever's closest. But could your nan do that? Right, enough fucking about. Let's get back to the main broadcast. Alright, Lando's made absolutely no progress whatsoever. On lap 28, Alonso pits. It's a slow stop. The front right won't go on. He's going to come out behind Hadjar. Over 2 seconds behind. Our expectations for Aston Martin were low, but holy fuck.
Me bomba!
And now, the charge is on. On lap 37, the broadcast actually cuts to the battle we want to see. Hold your balls. Hadjar holds onto it, however Alonso gets DRS, he's alongside. Can he send it around the outside? No. Hadjar is the last of the late breakers. Even with engine problems, the rookie is cooking.
Yeah, boy.
Alonso gets DRS down the pit straight and goes around the outside once again, but can't make the move stick at turn 1.
Yeah, boy.
Until he gets to turn 5, and Fernando uses that big, beautiful brain to sweep past. Then after the race, Hadjar said, I didn't push him off the track, kept it clean, he didn't enjoy the fight. Is that racist? Should I not do a French accent? He is French though. Maybe not. I didn't push him off the track, kept it clean, he didn't enjoy the fight, he's really grumpy, nothing I can do for him. He should retire, the stupid bastard. My nan could beat him at bingo. Oh, shit! If I had £1 for every time Alonso had beef with a Racing Bulls driver, I'd have £2, which still isn't enough to afford anything because inflation and tax is fucking me sideways. But the charge is complete and Alonso is in P13. After overtaking Alex Albon on lap 43, by lap 46, Fernando is in P11, right up Behrman's arse. Sends it down the inside into turn 8 and 9. Bye-bye. Next target on the Fernando fiddle list, Carlos Sainz, 2.4 seconds up the road. Yep, the same Carlos Sainz who started in P18 because his DRS was found to exceed the maximum rear wing gap, is up in P9.
And then Hadjar, less than that to Behrman, less...
Bro, nobody cares about the girlfriends. Go back to the racing. And of course, it's more getting edged by the commentary for nothing. The leaders are cutting through traffic, blah, 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 who cares? Within a lap, Alonso's closed a 2.4 second gap to Sainz, steams down the inside of turn 7, light work. Then overtakes Liam Lawson on lap 38. A recovery drive masterclass. And the next driver up the road is Hamilton. His old teammate, who spent the entire 2007 season sabotaging each other so hard that Kimi just walked off with the trophy by a single point. Yeah, that teammate. 38 seconds ahead. The gap to the Ferraris is massive. But then on lap 59, after overtaking Leclerc and chasing down Antonelli, as Hamilton approaches turn 14, you can see sparks and smoke flying out the front of his front left. Are his brakes fucked? Or is Ferrari secretly running a concentration camp in his front left tyre? He says on the radio,
Losing my brakes, mate.
is told to lift and coast to call the brakes. He then completely cuts turn 17, cuts turn 16 and 17 the next lap. Meanwhile, Fernando is catching up and getting ready to fiddle. The next lap, lap 61, Lewis lets Charles Leclerc past, completely goes around the outside of turns 2 and 3 and sets the slowest lap of the race. He's in serious trouble.
Yeah, now I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
Now, I don't know if Ferrari did this on purpose to not get penalised by the FIA, and maybe I just don't know how technology works, but on F1 TV, Lewis's onboard camera switches to face the rear of the car, probably to stop showing the fucked up brakes. That's suspicious, But if you don't have F1 TV, if you're a Sky Q or a Sky Glass customer, you can watch the highlights alongside the live action by pressing the red button. So after driving like he's playing an F1 game 2-player career mode, he crosses the line 4/10 ahead of Fernando. Luckily for Lewis, Fernando was very understanding.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I mean, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
Okay, maybe he had a slight meltdown in his cockpit. He's fuming. After missing 10 braking zones, Hamilton only got a 5-second penalty from the FIA, but because the gap was only 4/10, Fernando's promoted to P7, Unk still got it. And then after the race, Lewis posted this on Instagram.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Alright, not gonna lie, that's probably the funniest I've ever seen a vegan be. And now, because of this single exchange between the two drivers, Lewis Hamilton fans become history teachers on Twitter. Just a reminder that Lewis had less testing than Alonso in 2007, blah blah blah, his cum tastes lovely. Fernando has never recovered. But my favourite tweet has to be this one. Lewis Hamilton is the type of guy to have a brake failure and yet still manage to get the fastest lap of the whole Grand Prix. You'd almost think he drove at 59 laps without brake problems and pitted for softs. You fucking idiots. The bottom line is, Ferrari is still shit, and they're probably going to get P4 in the Constructors because they have to lift and coast through every corner of every Grand Prix. First it was to stop plank wear, and now it's to stop their brakes from exploding. Also, a quick honourable mention for this Lance Stroll overtake on Ocon and Gasly. Like I said in my first ever video, the greatest driver of all time. Moving on, let's address the elephant in the room. Papaya rules. Like I said at the start, I can't be asked to talk about McLaren being boring for the third video in a row, so I decided to put together a little diagram that we can use for the rest of the season whenever a McLaren driver is a knob. I call it the Zach Brown cheat sheet, and it goes like this. Is Piastri in front? If the answer is yes, let Lando undercut him at the next pit stop, and Princess Norris gets priority. If the answer is no, then was Oscar faster or trying to overtake on track? If the answer is yes, then did Lando push Oscar wide or make contact? If the answer is yes, that's fair racing and Princess Norris gets priority. If the answer is no, then well done Lando, good clean driving, and Lando Norris gets priority. If Oscar wasn't faster or trying to make an overtake, has Lando made a mistake or had a slow pit stop? If the answer is yes, then give Lando the position back and Princess Norris gets priority. If the answer is no, then proceed as normal and Princess Norris gets the priority. So I don't know if you've noticed, but in the McLaren multiverse, I've run the numbers and every outcome leads to the same conclusion. Dr. Eggman puts his little princess first. Now I know it's not a review, but we're going to throw the Singapore GP into the stay out meter. I'm going to give it a the race director has chlamydia out of 10. But while we're on the topic of McLaren... It's been rumoured that Piastri may move to Ferrari in 2027, potentially swapping positions with Charles Leclerc. Is this likely? No, because Piastri is on course to win this year's championship, and signing a Ferrari contract is like putting your name in the death note. Is the team going to operate seamlessly like an orchestra playing beautiful music, or are they going to make you want to kill yourself? I'm going to go with the latter. On to our second story. Remember this clip of Ross Chastain from NASCAR a couple years ago? He learnt that from a video game, by the way, which is filthy. But if you thought that was impressive, hold your balls.
Those are some very hard hits.
Okay, he didn't land it, but honestly, still look cool as fuck. So next time I go karting, I've decided to implement some of my own F1 game tactics.
Perez goes off the track, cuts the chicane, off goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton!
On to our third story, where a wearable technology firm that partnered with Chinese military contractors has been accused of harvesting brain data from elite athletes, including Charles Leclerc. I then went undercover as a member of the CCP to get access to the brain data so that I could bring it back and show you what I found. Prepare yourselves, because this is a world exclusive. Roll the footage. Safe to say, the Chinese government now have valuable data on how to waste a perfectly optimistic F1 career. Now on to the weatherman for our final update of the day. The forecast today around Fernando Alonso shows it's going to be raining women.